We have Jillian as our moderator.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our class debate. Today's topic is penalizing parents with obese children. For the proposition team, we have Juliet, Shine, Eloisa, Bruna Jane, Nicole, and Anthony, the researcher. The opposition team, we have Realiza, Roslyn, Pipinil Dan, Kathleen, Pauline, and Marjorie, the researcher. We also have with us our three judges. Our principal, Ma'am Lecciones, Teacher Julieta, and Teacher Sarah. I would like to request the audience to observe silence as the debate proceeds. We will now start with the proposition team.
Good afternoon to the honorable judges, worthy opponents, and members of this floor who are faced by the motion this House would penalize parents for having obese children. By penalizing, this means you are going to impose penalty or punishment attached to an offense as a result of one's mistake. And this mistake is particularly the parents' negligence. That's why they are having obese children. The parents, of course, refer to the fathers and mothers. Why is it necessary to penalize parents for having obese children? First point, in order to avoid criticisms and bullying, a lot of obese children are being criticized by many. They are laughed, mocked, and taunted, when in fact, they should not be. Being criticized can cause psychological and social effects to these bullied children. It could interrupt their ability to socialize and make friends. As the proposition, we cannot afford to see these obese children crying and getting affected by these criticisms because we know how vulnerable kids are. That is the main reason why we should penalize parents, because they lack the nerve to discipline and teach these children the proper and balanced diet.
Moving to my argument, these children are unhealthy and unproductive. They are prone to diseases like diabetes and heart diseases. We want to avoid these cases because we don't want to see children suffering from this because they are too young. They cannot do sports and they cannot participate in such events because of weight matters. They move slower and they are less productive. Lastly, because of hygienic matter, obese children often have this bad odor from perspiration. We know that no one can stand this kind of smell. People don't want to go near them anymore because they smell bad. Now, we don't want that to happen. We want these obese children to have friends with no hindrances. We want them to live like a normal children who are not choked, locked, and knocked up. It all comes back to the parents anyway. Their negligence and lack of discipline push these children to suffer from obesity. As the proposition, we firmly believe that we should penalize parents for having obese children. With that, we rest our case.
Good afternoon. We are debating with a motion this House would penalize parents for having obese children. Now, we challenge the proposition side because they lack certain definitions. How would you penalize these parents? What are the ways? Will it be through monetary sanction or being jailed for a day or a week? As the opposition, we don't want to penalize parents. We want to educate them. Education is important. It is free and everyone can participate. We will educate parents by having weekly seminars and trainings on how to avoid having obese children. We will teach them how to properly discipline these kids. This is much better than penalizing. Education causes no harm, and in fact, it can add knowledge to a whole lot of families. Penalizing is not necessary anymore because we are able to teach parents the very right and proper way.
Second point is that it is not the parents' fault anyway. The children have the choice whether or not to be obese. Let us just be thankful because it shows that the parents can afford to give their kids the needs and even beyond what is asked. We cannot blame the parents. For example, I am the obese child. In my mind, I will think that this is my body. I can do anything that I want with it. I can be skinny, sexy, or obese. But you have no right to penalize my parents because I am in control of this body. I am in control of my obesity.
Now, let me rebut some points. The first speaker from the proposition bench said something about criticisms. Well, whether you are fat, skinny, or average weighted, everyone has something to say about you. We are all criticized because the world revolves in criticisms anyway. These are inevitable, and it's not the fault of these children on why they are criticized. We have a judgmental society. We criticize and we get criticized. Who says obese children are unproductive? Especially in the aspect of sports. You know, these children can actually play. Basketball, for example, they are big enough to have defense and offense, which is actually an advantage. And bad smell, well, there are lots of soaps and lotions in the market that can help exploit this kind of bad odors. Bullying also. For your information, a lot of obese kids are actually bullies because they scare tiny kids around them, even if the proposition claims that parents should be penalized. We, in the opposition, firmly believe that we should not penalize parents for having obese children.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I will talk about how beneficial it is if we will penalize parents. First, of course, the parents will be greatly benefited, despite the fact that they are penalized. This serves as a lesson learned for them. Do not do such a mistakes of negligence anymore, because they know that the government is taking this matter seriously, and the parents are already aware of the consequences. They can give their child a balanced and proper diet in order to achieve a productive and healthy body. Second is the obese child. Why? Because after the parents are penalized, these children can be taken care of properly. Eventually, they will move out from being obese and they can start a healthy lifestyle. They will be offered a proper diet and they will not risk their life from diseases such as heart attack and diabetes. They won't be criticized anymore and they can mingle with their fellow youth without the fear of being bullied by anyone. They can play sports and participate in events and activities without the hindrance of how overweight they are. They can live a normal life just like any other kids. They are free from anxiety and even depression caused by bullying.
Obese children are just like any other children. They can do whatever they want. They can eat anything they want to, and they can still enjoy life. Weight doesn't define, and weight shouldn't be the reason why you penalize someone, specifically the parents of obese child. No matter what size you are, your parents will accept you and never judge you. Now, if you will penalize them, what do you think would happen? Of course, it can create another problem. For example, the children will blame themselves because they will think that they are the reason why their parents are facing such a penalty. If you would not penalize them, the parents of children will be greatly benefited. Why? It's because they are already packed with knowledge about obesity and how to discipline their children. More knowledge is offered and it's actually safe. Education causes no harm and it costs no money. Now, I will rebut some arguments given by the opposite bench. They said that they will educate these parents. Well, how can you assure that these parents will participate in these seminars and trainings? And if they will, how can you assure that they actually learn something from it? Sometimes education is not the answer because a lot of people are still ignorant about the importance of education. So, it is better to give monetary sanctions because in this case, we can make sure that they will learn something from paying such big amount of money.
If you will not punish them, they cannot learn something from the mistake they have done. Punishment is sometimes the answer of problems like these. Let's move on to the bad smell. Soaps and lotions do not last 24 hours, especially if the perspirations are uncontrollable. It is still useless, and in fact, we cannot afford to let these parents to spend money for things that are temporary. Instead of using the money for soaps, why not use it to pay for the sanctions given by the government? In this case, we can make sure that they know that we are taking our responsibility seriously. And this is not just simply a concern, but a big one. At the end of the day, from the proposition bench, we stand for the motion the House should penalize parents for having obese children. With that, we rest our case. The point our bench is taking here is that, is obesity a crime? Is eating too much or being fed a crime? Why would you punish someone because their child is obese? It cannot be even considered as a pity one. Instead of focusing on obesity and the useless penalties, why not drive your focus to the important concerns of the government? Because the fact here is that it shows that our parents do not lack anything and can offer more than enough. Not all obese people are caused by too much eating. Some are really born obese. Now, would you consider that as the fault of the parents? Of course not. So penalties are completely useless in this case because it's not a win-win situation. Moving on, I will rebut certain points raised by the proposition. They said that if the child is not obese anymore, they will be free from criticisms. Well, how can you assure that? We are all criticized no matter what size we are. We will never be free from criticisms because society has always something to say about us. We cannot shut their mouths and control every word they say. The best part here is to accept our flaws. Because no matter how we look or how we weigh, we are always loved by the people who can accept us, much as we have accepted ourselves. With that, we rest our case. We will now hear the rebuttal speech from the proposition bench.
Faced with the motion, this House will penalize parents for having obese children. The proposition bench has imposed certain mechanisms upon this, and that's clearly through monetary sanctions. We firmly believe that by penalizing, we can avoid significant issues from happening. We can avoid criticisms and bullying. We can avoid the cases of heart diseases, diabetes, and the like. We can avoid the hygienic problems. The parents are still in control of their child. They know what to do with them when problems arise, such as obesity. That's why if the child is obese, the blame is in the parents. They lack the discipline and information on the cons of being obese. In order for these cases to be avoided, we will impose penalties to the parents to make sure that these scenarios will not happen anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, the first speaker from the opposite bench said that they will educate the parents instead of penalizing them. How can you assure that they will cooperate? How can you assure that they will remember by heart and mind the teachings that you have done? It is still not practical to do this because many parents will not follow this, because it is still their choice whether or not to be educated on this matter. That is why the proposition is clearly proposing that penalties such as monetary sanction would be done instead, because this is done once and we can assure that they will learn from the mistake. The deputy leader of the opposition came into this debate that penalties are useless. Ladies and gentlemen, we believe that these penalties will not be useless because these serve as a lesson learned to the parents. You know that we are strictly enforcing this and we can assure that they will not do this again. No more obese children. No more victims of bullying and criticisms. And they can live like normal children. Another point, we cannot let these children suffer from these diseases because they are still young. As the purpose enjoy life, the hope, not stuck in the corner with nothing to do because there is a problem in their way. Even if the opposition wants to have education instead of penalties, ladies and gentlemen, the proposition still and firmly believes that we will penalize parents for having obese children.
Thank you, Speaker. It's now time for a rebuttal speech from the opposition bench.
The proposition came into this debate lacking certain definitions. Specifically, how to penalize the parents and what will they do with the money. It is completely illogical because the succeeding speaker pushed the monetary sanction, when in fact, the proposition did not even completely set the parameters and definition of the word penalize. The first speaker from the proposition bench came into this debate saying something about criticisms and bullying. Ladies and gentlemen, whether you are skinny, fat, sexy, or average weighted, you cannot avoid criticism. Society has always something to say about you. You just need to accept your flaws so that you will not be hurt anymore. We are aware of how completely vulnerable we are as persons. That's why the best way is not avoiding the bullies, but ignoring them and completely accepting yourself. The proposition talked that the parents can also benefit from this. Well, how can they benefit? If they are already penalized, in what way are they benefiting? This is a clear picture of ignorance at its best. Penalties are not always the answer. On the later part of the debate, they keep on talking about monetary sanctions. How will you use it? How can the people trust that this money will be used into something very significant and beneficial to the society? Friends, the proposition bench provides very illogical arguments and even lack evidence. We, as the opposition, firmly stand that we would not punish parents for having obese children.
Thank you, Speaker.
How will a big round of applause to our debaters? Thank you, debaters. What were the points raised by the opposition team? Why parents should be penalized for having obese children? What were the points? What were the points? Only Christian? Only Christian knows the answer? Who else? Who else? Okay, Christian, come here. What were the points?
To avoid criticisms and bullying.
Correct. The proposition team wants the parents to be penalized in order to avoid criticisms and bullying to their children. Another question. What are the ways in order to avoid obesity? Aron dili mo tambok. What are the ways? Rico.
Have a proper and balanced diet.
Very good. Have a proper and balanced diet. What else? Only diet? Another hand. Oh, Mary Jean.
Have regular exercise.
Have a regular exercise. Very good. Now, is it really necessary to penalize parents with obese children? Is it really necessary? Who says yes? Who says yes? Who says yes? That parents will be penalized for having obese children? Oh, come here, Chris James. Chris James.
So that even their lessons to discipline their children.
Okay, so according to Chris James, parents should be penalized for them to learn their lessons for their negligence of having obese children. Now, who says no? Who says no? Oh, come here, Ren. The very cute Ren. Why should we not penalize parents for having obese children?
No need to punish parents, just educate them.
Okay. So, it is very clear that Ren was listening to the debate because according to Ren, no need to punish parents. Only to educate Congratulations.
Congratulations!
I would like to say thank you. Thank you once again, debaters. All stand. Because it's now time for our principal to declare the winner. What team? So, whoever is the winner.
Good afternoon, kids. Based on the result of our judging according to its team's argument, we declare the opposition team as a winners. All right, congratulations.